It's important for us as a Salvation Army that we are connecting with people, that we connect with the community. These are the people who are vulnerable, homeless, solo moms, people who are disadvantaged, people who live in poverty, people who live in the car, they're abused, alcohol, drugs. They grow up with something that is happening at their home, but they haven't dealt with it. So they carry it and they put walls. And that's why they don't want anybody to be helping, because they have pride. It's hard for these people when they've been judged from afar. They've been saying that they don't have value, they don't, or they're not good for anything, But that's what they hear from others. They just want someone to talk to them, to listen and to value them and to care for them. They don't want to say it to anybody until they see a chaplain. They see what chaplaincy is all about and what they carry and what they believe. If I carry something that they haven't got, so they see something in me that is totally different the way they see things. And the walls can be going down when we started to have that deeper connection. It's about relationship. You can't have that walls down if you don't have relationship with those people. For my life personally is that I have been there. I have gone through it. I have done it. When I'm talking with the alcohol person, I talk about my stories. I talk about where I was and where I am today. I talk about drugs, when I used to take drugs. What choice I make is what I get. There's the consequences of what we do. Today I'm on the other side of life. Today I can know my purpose of life. So today I'm passionate about it. Why? Because I am passionate about people. There's no way that I can do it in my human power. I have to do it with the power of God. That's why I do this, because this is my calling. I'm not missing out everything that I've been through the journey of life. I am using it for the benefit of others. My chaplaincy story is very powerful to the people that are hearing. That's why people listen, people change, people make the choice now, for their own, because you just tell the stories. You're saving all those people and every different kind of people, because they all needed a connection. And it's part of the mission, caring for people, transforming life, and reforming society by God's power. That clearly tells me that that's what I'm supposed to do, caring for people. That's what connection is all about. And if we don't have connection, then we can't care for people too. People are important in my journey, and I just want to be there to build them up and strengthen them up and making sure that they cared for. I start by just saying hello and kia ora, by smiling. It's just be me, and that's how I connect people. And they can see the red shell. They see that's something that we do as a Salvation Army. This place here is inner city ministry. They can come to a space that they can belong to. They can come and comfortable and have a little conversation, have a cup of tea. Then we can just calm them down when lives are very tough. And when they're ready to share, they can share. So there's life group here, and there's one-to-one for me to mentor them. You journey with their brokenness, you comfort them, you listen to them, you have a conversation with them until they feel enough to be comfortable. And sometimes that's all we have to do as a chaplain.
I first met Pastor Joe through Salvation Army Transitional Housing. He's helped me and my family with prayer, the life group, and also food and clothing.
I met Joe at the Housing New Zealand building. I was living there temporarily, and when he learned about what I was dealing with, he started helping me with finding a place to live, which meant effectively I avoided being on the streets.
Some of them that I've been doing with them, today they are working. They're on the street for a while. Today they started to know that they have a value, they have a life, and they have a gift. They're not here in an accident at all. They're here for a reason. There is a purpose in their life. And sometimes the way they've been seen and the way we've been judged, they feel like that no one cares about this. So chaplaincy is journey with them until they know, understand what's the purpose of their life, what their values are, what they're good at. And then you can say you can work, for example. You can't just be on the street almost every year, bro. You know, there's a time to change. Some of them married now, they've got families, and lives are changed, transformed. What makes it worth it is the stories of transforming lives. And lives are saved, having relationship with Jesus Christ. People become successful on their own journey of life. For me, as a chaplain, it's not just we go and feel like to go and do it. You gotta do it with passion. You gotta go do it what you're believing, that you're gonna transform life. Believing that the society will reform. It's not about just, oh, you get paid to do the job. No. You know, you go do more than that. As a chaplain, I can wake up at 12 o'clock in the night, been at a call from hospital, police station. Do you think I'm not gonna go? No, I stand up and go. Why? Because I'm passionate about it.